Okay, trying to restart this. I apologize, everybody. I think I screwed the pooch. Here, so forgive me. Let me see if I can get this straightened out. There we go. All right, so let's go back to where we were.
Quarterback's physical status will not require the game plan for the season opener against Tampa Bay to be limited in any way. Prescott, as you know, hasn't played at game speed, confronted a live pass rush, been hit or tackled in nearly 11 months since he fractured his right leg and dislocated his ankle in Week 5 against the Giants. Prescott today spoke to reporters following practice here a short time ago, and in his first availability in more than 3 weeks, Prescott left no doubt about his health and preparedness for Week 1, saying he's definitely ready from his shoulder to his leg to his mind. He said, "I'm ready to go." Here's more.
I'm excited to have that behind me. I don't think about injury. I don't think about now the time that I missed. I was just laughing the other day with a teammate about the moment that it happened. So to be that far beyond it, I'm just excited to get back to football and just play this game without those thoughts and without those emotions. And as I said, just getting back to doing what I love. I mean, obviously I have high expectations for myself, and I plan to come out starting fast. Obviously, I've said before I don't necessarily want the numbers that I had that early because we weren't winning games and we weren't being competitive early, and that's why some of those numbers came about. But, yeah, I mean, I plan to come out better than I was last year, to be honest. And as I said, that's just the work that I've put in going all the way back to February when I got back on the field.
When asked about beginning his comeback against Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion Buccaneers on the road in the very first game of the entire NFL season, Laura, Prescott said he loves night games and prime time and considers this the perfect stage. He said it's what the NFL and the world needs.
Amen.
Yeah, Dak Prescott,
what the world and the
to
NFL
the spotlight. Needs. He thrives in those moments. You know, so much of the conversation, Ed, has been around the offense for Dallas and the anticipation of that. A lot of eyeballs on Dallas's defense with Dan Quinn as the new defensive coordinator. What have you seen from that side of the ball?
Well, you know, the Cowboys have referred to first-year defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as their most significant offseason acquisition. And Mike McCarthy's spoken about creating a team identity and has emphasized the importance of playing complementary football. And he concedes that the Cowboys failed in that regard last year, even before Dak Prescott's injury. You know, the concern for them, I think, defensively has to be inside on the defensive line, a weakness that was exploited consistently last year against the run. If they can't control the inside run game, then the Cowboys defense won't be able to take full advantage of what they should do well, which is rush the passer with DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory and first-round draft pick Micah Parsons. But, you know, Quinn's indicated he's going to create a lot of substitutional packages, give players a chance to use their expertise in situations they feel they can win every snap when they're on the field. And Parsons is going to play a lot of different spots. And Laura, Quinn's historically is designated his corners as left and right, but they cross-train their corners some this training camp so that they could use the size of Trayvon Diggs and match him up against bigger receivers. And Mike Evans of Tampa Bay certainly fits that profile in Week 1.
Yeah, that's going to be a matchup to watch for sure. Thanks so much to Ed. We're just, 6 days, 4 hours and so until kickoff of the NFL season. And after allowing their most points in franchise history last year, the Cowboys made their defense a priority this offseason, selecting 8 defensive players in the 2021 draft, including their first 6 picks. That's the most defensive players Dallas has selected in a draft in almost 30 years, of course, highlighted by Micah Parsons. And Marcus, you just heard Ed illustrate the way that they are planning this defense to look like. What do you expect from the Cowboys D?
Yeah, Ed brought up the concern that I have, and that's in the interior. And the guy that I think about is Quinn Bohanna, who you and I followed at the University of Kentucky. And I know he's a run stopper. He's a big physical presence in the center of that defense. But here's the deal. This defense is going to revolve around their linebackers, because they are the most multiple players in this defense. And obviously, you got to have things right on the back end for a communication standpoint. And that's what I believe Dan Quinn is going to improve so much better than what they had under Mike Nolan. There was a misunderstanding about the job that these guys were doing down in, down out. We talked about it a number of times on the show. We talked about it when we were in studio. And at times, you want the personnel to show up and them to show you, I'm not good enough to play this position. But when you got guys out there guessing and they trying to play football, it's a recipe for disaster. So you go out, you have a defensive draft. I want to see them solidify the 3 technique, the interior defensive tackle spot. and also the shade technique, which is the defensive tackle that lines up over the center. And I feel like if they can get the center of this defense fixed and the center of this defense to play stout on the defensive line, this defense will be markedly improved.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree with Marcus. The strength of this team is now the linebacker position. I mean, Micah Parsons, who was their first-round draft pick, he looks fantastic. I mean, in the preseason so far, looks like he was shot out of a cannon on every snap.
Look at him.
Stopping the run, willing tackler, explosive pass rusher. He can cover. He's really a chess piece for Dan Quinn to use in the middle of that defense. The problem is, I don't want to say everything else, but defensive tackle, which Marcus alluded to, and then really that secondary. Ed talked about how they want Trayvon Diggs to match up with Mike Evans. That's great, but the Bucs have like 3 or 4 other weapons, and I don't know how Dallas is going to cover them all. So while I love Parsons and I love what he has shown so far, I am not optimistic right now about the rest of this group.
You know, Mina, you know who else actually I think helps this defense out a lot? Dak Prescott. I know that we talk so much about what he obviously adds when he comes back to the offense, but last year without Dak Prescott, this Cowboys offense was converting 36% of their third downs. It was like 30th in the NFL when Prescott was out. Before that, the 4 years that Prescott was in there, they were always top 10 in third down conversions, often even higher than that. Prescott is one of the best in the league at sustaining drives. And what does that do? It keeps your defense off the field and well rested. So when they are in the game, they're not constantly exhausted and getting gashed. I know it's not about Dan Quinn and the talent on the defense. I know that's the most important thing. But the idea of having an offense that will stay on the field longer, I think also is going to help this.
Amen, amen, amen. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let's get open for business, and let's wake up the football gods. You know, I messed up. I screwed up. I'm sorry. I had to restart the stream and everything else. But, you know, people say that.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
That's what they say. I am just a freaking idiot. So welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us on this holiday weekend. You could be almost anywhere, but you choose to be here, and I appreciate that. And I see, of course, the ladies, of course. There's Alicia. Alicia. What's up, Alicia? Roland's Review. What's up, Roland? How you doing? Also known as Stacy Schubert. And Gina Thorne. What's up, Gina? How you doing? And then there is, wait a minute, hold up. Damn, Gina. What's up, Gina? How are we doing? All right, so hope everybody's doing really good. Actually, I see Corey is in the waiting room here. We got all kinds of stuff that we're doing tonight. We still are also doing our fantasy football draft. And
y'all have enough people for another one this weekend?
Uh-oh. Did I just mess up here? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hold on.
He's just on another screen.
Yeah, but I all my other screens went. Okay.
I see him on this screen.
He's looking.
I see him on this screen, but it's not on that screen.
He's kind of crazy looking. I don't know, man. Sometimes Corey scares me. Corey scares the heck out of me there.
What filter is he using?
What are you?
He has that filter that takes out the background.
It's taking out part of his head. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna ignore him till Stuart Morrison gets in here. Okay, he's just, you know what? Some people should not have technology because he looks like the comedian that used to be on Fox Late Night and all that. You know, he's on a couple different shows. Anyway, I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna ignore him here for a minute. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Use the Force, Luke. All right. Frank, how you doing, Frank? Gina, what's going on? So, I can't do this. I can't. Raj, you're freaking me out, dude. You're freaking what?
I'm just listening to the show.
The stare that is this like, you know, these are not the droids you're looking for, or the Dallas Cowboys. It's the stare that you're right smack in front of me, and I can't stop looking.
Oh, am I that close to you?
What? What, Mike?
Let's do this
one. What? You're pointing. I don't know what you're pointing at, Mike. Hold it. Mike check.
Nice,
look,
check one.
I'm sorry.
Sound nice, check two. My mic sound nice, check three. Are you?
It's going to. Oh, I'm sorry, Lola. I mean, hold it. You know, I just need to reset and start tonight because I miss Lola. Okay. Here's what's funny. Is Mike's over here like. I'm like, what? He's like, my theme music. When I first started doing it, it was like, oh, God, he's doing that shit again. And then I got Roz over here for our fantasy football draft, and he's got this, Vulcan death stare or something or other, where he's got the hood on. He looks like a crazy man. And I messed up and put the wrong time or didn't schedule the time. YouTube goes through and they keep changing shit on you. And
they just changed the premieres now.
Well, they changed the premieres, and then you can
screen.
Well, see what they do is they keep adding shit to it, so you can put like a little video, like a trailer for stuff. And so I put the trailer on, forgot to change the time, so it said time 6:50. So people are looking at it like, oh, well, it's not live. It's supposed to have been 2 hours ago. So I had to restart the screen. And Stuart Morrison, where's Stuart? Stuart, where are you?
He's having troubles.
He's not the only one. You know what? Damn it. It's just one of those nights. It's just one of those nights. Damn it.
For us today, and we will leave you with I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
We'll just do it fucking live.
Thing sucks.
Oh, it sucks. I just suck.
4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay, all right. Let's see if I can get my shit together now. Hello, everybody. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. And I appreciate you being here while we go through our technical difficulties. Better that we get it out of the way tonight than we do next Thursday night. We are sitting here 5 days, 23 hours, and 20 seconds away from kicking off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to ask my man Roz, who's actually in here right now. He's here. Roz is an analyst. Okay, an analyst. And he is a fantasy football extraordinaire, and he's not a Dallas Cowboy homer. In fact, do you hate the Cowboys?
Hate? No. Hate's a strong word.
Okay. You like the Cowboys?
I hate the Patriots.
Okay.
For
even without Tom Brady?
Reasons.
Even without Tom Brady?
Hate?
I said you still hate him even without Tom Brady?
Oh, I always hate the Patriots. Tom Brady was never specifically the reason why.
Okay. All right.
No,
okay.
That's a divisional hatred. Miami owns that division. We always did. Even the 4 years we lost to Buffalo in the playoffs. We have the undefeated record. We have the extensive playoff appearances. We're Miami. Okay, the Patriots took that from us, and I hate them. Because they were supposed to always be the joke. You remember that little dude on the side of the helmet?
Yeah. But now they beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that, I'm going to ask a person who has got no dog in the fight as far as the NFC East. You got no dog in here. We know you like the Green Bay Packers, and we know because your family is all invested in them, so you had to join in with the rest of the family. I get that. And the Miami Dolphins. When you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are returning, all their starters, and a 44-year-old quarterback who was literally, when he was drafted, Micah Parsons wasn't even a year old, who's playing against him, coming off a Super Bowl victory, do the Dallas Cowboys have a chance in this game?
The Dallas Cowboys have a chance in this game if they rattle Brady.
Uh-huh.
That has always been the key. It doesn't matter what the team is around him.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the other team is like. There have been crappy teams that have beaten him just by literally beating on him.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get through and they get to him,
David Wiley.
Okay. Okay, let me ask this. Because, see, here's my thing. Okay. When I talk about the Washington football team, I honestly think that their Achilles heel is Ryan Fitzpatrick. For some reason, people think that a journeyman quarterback can all of a sudden become, a great quarterback. And we've seen last year, almost without a doubt, the best quarterbacks ended up being all division winners. The only one that was an exception of it, you could say, is maybe the AFC South, that Deshaun Watson and the Texans didn't win that one, although Ryan Tannehill is a really good quarterback. And you could say Tom Brady might be better than Drew Brees, but they were 1 and 2.
People's Aguilar.
Everywhere else in there, you kind of looked at the quarterback being the driver for the teams. And I think that Washington is a little overrated because when I look at their their schedule, and they talk about that defense being so lights out, they played a lot of bad quarterbacks and a lot of bad teams. I mean, just looking at the NFC East, they didn't face any quarterbacks that were worth crap. Let's be honest. Was Carson Wentz? No. Was Ben DiNucci and Andy Dalton? No. Daniel Jones, regardless of what Tim Scott said.
Or Rashid.
Right? Okay. I don't know if you were in here with Tim Scott, who came in and literally said Dak Prescott is trash, and then followed it up that Daniel Jones is light years ahead of him. And my response to that was,
what an idiot! What an idiot!
That was my response to that guy. Can we say the same thing about Tampa Bay and some of the teams that they faced? Because when they faced, like Drew Brees and them, they lit them up. The Rams, they had like 27 points, which was higher than their regular scores. And as I'm going through there, they played some dogs offenses. It wasn't like they were the 85 Bears. Is that defense as good as they're making it out to be? Or am I wrong?
That defense played with a psychological fire.
Mm-hmm.
They are good, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Are they tops in the NFL, even with all their people returning? No. We saw a historic passing year all around.
Yeah.
Okay, COVID year, which is why in some cases you included, some cases you've got to take it with a grain of salt. It was historic. Part of that was the capability of the offenses to have a better tempo, cleaner communication, and capability to just put defenses on their heels. So with that understanding and the understanding of the game that Brady has, to fire up the defense to understand and utilize that same strength and turn it into a weakness, enabled them to keep pushing.
Okay.
And let's be realistic. They brought in Brady, they brought in Gronk, they brought in Antonio, and all of a sudden they start getting this feeling that they are all that, and that psychological power is strong.
But they only, but here's the thing.
Strength a little bit further.
But hold on. Here's the thing. They were 8-8 the year before, weren't they? I think they were.
I know they were 30 for 30.
Well, right, and that's where you look at right there. Just the fact of not turning over the ball, 30 interceptions, and then there was a couple more from the other quarterbacks that played a couple of games. Sarah Green, what's up, Sarah? Hey, long time no see.
No, that's two.
And Jessica.
Good Lord, fellas. Sorry about that.
How you doing, Jessica?
That's all right. He's playing ladies' night for you.
I deserve that.
Stuart, what happened, man?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I was getting everything set up. I knocked my root beer on the floor in front of where I was sitting. And as you know, I'm in a wheelchair. So I picked that up. And then I don't know what the hell I did with Zoom, but I finally just went to support, figured that shit out, and here we are.
Okay, so all right, so you've officially been hit by what an idiot.
Lord knows.
Yeah. I'm ready to put this week behind me. It can go.
Oh Lordy, you're not the only one. Shout out to everybody that's up in here. We did have a new channel member that joined. Make sure you email me at cowboysmark94@gmail. So what?
I think it was C. Jones.
C. Jones, yes.
I got it from the other stream.
Okay, all right.
What's up, Michael?
All right, so we're not doing, okay, I thought I was going to be gone tomorrow, but I'm not going to be gone tomorrow. I'm actually going to be home tomorrow. Yay. But we're doing the fantasy football draft on Sunday. You don't have football this Sunday, but you got the fantasy football draft, so you can definitely check that out, okay?
Hey, I'll be here on Sunday, too.
You'll be here on Sunday?
Yeah, because that's my day off.
Are you playing fantasy football?
I'll be in the building.
I'm going to get him to play next year.
I mean, look, my own son wanted to join. See, look, he ain't supporting.
I just don't like rooting for. I'm like you, though. I don't like rooting for other teams because I got a player that's on my
Juan Cruz. League. What's up? Okay, all right.
I want to root for the Eagles because they got.
Well, okay, so but we were having a little conversation before we get into this fantasy draft because I'm actually glad. It's always nice having playing. I feel like we're having a preseason. I mean, like a pregame conversation here because we got 5 people here with 5 different points of view. We have Roz, who is definitely not a Dallas Cowboy fan, so he's the impartial one. We got D2 Stu, of course, aka Mr. Wolf. Okay, we got myself. We know I'm hometown Homer. Okay, and I'm an idiot. And we have Michael Anthony. Actually, that's 4, isn't it? That's 4. I can't count even today. David Wiley. David, we got to get together about Thursday and stuff, so we make sure we have that stuff together.
Come over Sunday.
So,
y'all can work on Sunday.
No, I'm talking about Thursday for the game. I'm talking about the game day eats, man.
Yeah, but if he's coming over.
Oh, I'm about ready to get.
He's coming over on Sunday?
I don't know if he's in the league or not.
He was in the draft last weekend. Look, he's messing with me today. All right, so I'm just kind of having a conversation here about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because I keep hearing about the Tampa Bay offense. Oh, my God, that offense in Tampa. You would think that this was Joe Montana and Jerry Rice offense, right? And then they say, oh, the Cowboys, they can't do anything except defense. And it's like they got the 85 Bears. But I'm looking at a team that was 11-5 and didn't win their division. And at some point, they thought that Bruce Arians and Tom Brady weren't going to work. And as I looked at some of the scores of some of the games, when they played some really good offenses, they gave up a lot of points. So I'm trying to understand, is this the big hype? And for the Cowboys, at least, if you're a Cowboy fan, we got nothing to lose. Everybody's already predetermined that the Cowboys are going to get their ass handed to them. So, if you lose, okay, that's what everybody's expecting. You got everything to win.
Players are going to go out there like they're going to cut it loose, pin their ears back, and get after it. If they lose, everybody expected them to lose, but they're going to go out to win. They're going to put pressure on Brady. And that offense, if that offense is what we think it is,
Casey Stewart.
A little bit. It's any given Sunday, right? So why can't we punch Tampa Bay?
Brother.
All right. So Casey Stewart, what's up? I guess we got so many new fans and stuff. Shout out to all of you. Make sure you hit the like button and things. And if you're watching on Facebook, Facebook, I love everybody on Facebook and stuff, but I only have 2 eyes and I've got literally 6 monitors that are in front of me, and I handle the chat that's actually on YouTube. So if you want to be part of the conversation of the things, join, hit the subscribe button for Jobu, Mark Holmes, Jobu Sports Report, and come on over and leave some comments so we can recognize you there as well. Ross, knowing that the Cowboys are going to Tampa Bay, against Tom Brady, who is the GOAT, facing guys like Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea, on that front line, who do you think is the victory? Honest opinion.
Well, even just looking at the projections right now of how the game plays out, and you got to understand the projections that I use are derived. They derive it from running 1,000 simulations. And everything that I'm seeing, it's going to come down to, can the Cowboys run it? So, in my opinion, 100% healthy, this might be one of the few times that I actually put a couple dollars on them.
On the Cowboys?
That's my boy.
Yeah. Usually you lose when you do. Here's the thing.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
If everything plays out the way it's supposed to play out, it's going to come down to what?
Okay.
Turnovers.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not expecting Zeke to turn over the ball.
Right. He's not coming off COVID this year.
And we actually have a line, too.
He's not coming off of COVID this year.
And we have a line.
Well, and, I mean, you know, he's not faded as far as we know.
He's 1,000%
faded.
But I don't know. I honestly don't know outside of your Godwin and Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we think Antonio Brown is healthy, but he's had a few mental errors this offseason.
I don't know how that guy keeps – you know, it burns me up. I'm going to be honest here. And this is going to be some Cowboy.
Watching him tear up his family in the streets on Instagram and then getting back in the NFL.
Well, you know, and on the flip side of this, I look at a guy like Randy Gregory, okay? His only transgression is he smoked weed and got caught. When probably 75% of the people in the NFL smoke weed. Hell, Chris Long admitted after, you know, leaving football, you know, hey, look, we get tested in April. You just stop smoking in April. You get the test, and you can smoke as much as you want. So literally, Chris Long probably smoked a whole lot more weed than Randy Gregory. But Randy Gregory, you know, ended up being locked out for all those years and being suspended over and over again. But Anthony Brown, you know, literally trashes team after team, trashes family, has all kinds of allegations and things and stuff like that, and he's still nothing. I don't understand. That drives me crazy. I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent here, but sometimes it doesn't make sense.
The good news is we get Gregory this year.
That's
His
right.
mind's right. He's feeling good and he's ready to go. And I got a little bit too big for my Zeke jersey, so I got a brand new Randy Gregory jersey for the season.
Randy Gregory. All right. Oh shit. You know what? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Philly 500.
What an idiot!
What's going on, Philly?
What's up, Philly?
What an idiot!
Philly 500. You know, I want you to know that you will live on forever because whenever somebody comes in and says something stupid, we play that little quick clip, okay? We're waiting for Tim Scott to get back in here, the resident Giant fan that swears that Daniel Jones is level above Dak Prescott. But anyway.
Not the only one.
You should have seen my TikTok from last night. We got over 300 views on that bad boy.
Uh-oh.
And I talked about Bridgewater and Daniel Jones.
Okay.
And how they are not that different.
Well, you know, Rashid he said that Teddy Bridgewater is his quarterback. He said
right.
He said he traded up
all the people that he picks
Teddy
over
Bridgewater.
Dak, he chooses the one guy that is comparable to Daniel Jones.
Which is about right.
True, that's true.
Okay? Yeah, which is about right. Oh man, super chats, man, are rolling in here. You can't have them. Oh yeah, see, hey Philly, you know, you've seen my meats, okay? Pause. Okay. David Wiley is a chef, and when he does the meats, dude, ain't no chance you getting any of those. We gonna be throwing down.
Yeah, I need to get one of those pellets, Philly.
But
David Wiley and I are going to be drafting together on Sunday.
Oh, are you?
Sunday.
Yeah,
oh shit!
Sunday,
here we go. All right, this one's gonna be. He's coming for your meats. Okay, so.
And you're welcome, Mark. By the way, for all the super chats coming in since Stu and I are here.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're the prettier one.
I was waiting for the cocaine as a hell of a drug button.
You stunned Mark so bad he didn't know what to do. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. You fucked me up on that one. Excuse me on that one. Okay, so Sunday we will be doing 3:30, right? 3:30 Eastern. The fantasy football draft. We're going to end up doing the race. And this is our last league here because the season starts on Thursday night. Guys, this is the last Friday night show out of season. It's the last one. All right. Do we have any more questions for Corey here before we do the thing? But we got him. Oh, I tell you what.
I have a question.
Cowboys you have a question? Okay.
I have a question for you two. That it's going to be a big piece of whether or not you win.
Running the football?
Lionel Collins.
Okay.
How healthy is he? Is he ready?
That is a big question. Now, I will say this much. If he's not, now again, it's a neck stinger. He didn't practice today, but we have, quite a few days between now and Thursday.
Stay away from the hooker.
Okay. So, a neck stringer is usually about a 2-week type of an injury. It's basically like a pinched nerve. So you get the ice and the heat and everything else, the treatment, the stretching and all that. It should be okay. They haven't said that he's going to be out. And so, of course, the shock waves that came through is that Terrence Steele and Brandon Knight are practicing in at his spot. Of course, if Lyle Collins isn't practicing, then somebody has to. Duh.
Got to get him ready.
I will say this much at least. Terrence Steele, who had probably, it wasn't a Chaz Greenish first game, had a rough first game when he played last year. But he did get better and better as the season went on. I'm not saying that he's Lyle Collins. I'm not saying he's Tyron Smith. But he's not as bad as he was his first start. And he's had a whole offseason, and he's gotten a lot of snaps out there on the field. I know I'm going to ask you one other thing. Since we got Philly 500 in here, and we know he's an idiot, where do you see the Eagles finishing this year? Do they have any chance whatsoever? Thomas Garrett has a YouTube channel. Oh, snap.
Everybody has a YouTube channel.
Everybody, check it out. All right, we'll have to check it out. Okay, I'm sorry, Brother Ross. The Eagles.
Did you ask me or Philly?
No, I'm asking you. Oh, Philly 500's got them winning the division and going to the Super Bowl.
So you got the unbiased opinion on the Eagles.
No, he said he can see his team win the division.
If Dallas screws up, the Eagles can take the division.
The Eagles can.
Eagles are the only ones that can challenge Dallas for the division.
You don't think Washington can?
What does Washington really have? You got Wait, hold on.
Okay.
You got the guy, number 18 overall, Antonio Gibson, running back, who everybody thinks is a top 12, just coming off of toe surgery.
Oh.
You got old man Fitzpatrick throwing the ball to Diami Brown, great rookie. But he's going to be your slot boy, and you got Terry McLaurin.
Oh,
okay, that's
snap.
it. That's it. You have no other offense.
Oh.
Your tight ends are average at best.
Oh, snap.
I mean, they cut Peyton Barber, who actually knew the offense and could have been at least a 1-2, grinder. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not saying that the defense is everything, but what do they have to hang their hat on, really?
I don't know.
Well,
we had Fitzpatrick last year, and I mean, as great as he was, we didn't exactly, keep him, right? Like
when he says we, Vraz is a Dolphins fan.
So you're saying that all of these guys that everybody has been going all gaga over the Washington football team. That, the Washington, we had Mike Greenberg literally say he thinks that they're one of the best teams in the NFC with, that defense, as they put it. So you're basically saying that
your defense is predicated on Chase Young.
Yes.
Okay, because you've got Jamin Davis, who is a great young rookie linebacker, but would have been, if you rank them all out, number 3 in this draft class, maybe 4. And then you've got, brain fart, Cole Holcomb as your actual starting linebacker, who is a good linebacker, but he's not even a team leader, a captain of the defense. There you go. That's what I was looking for. So your entire defense is predicated on Chase Young. And what? Like, are your defensive backs, and I'm sorry for the moment, my brain is not on defensive backs, but
yes,
are they that good that they're going to carry your backfield and your linebackers don't have to work? Because Chase Young ain't going to do it all himself.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Well,
we've seen Dallas.
I'm gonna actually get okay. I'm gonna pause for a second here because Philly 500 over here is doing a happy dance because you just made his day because he said, "See, listen to this guy. I told you we can win the division." But you know what? There's a really smart guy out there who actually is completely 100% unbiased. And he was talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to play this clip real quick and get Philly 500's thoughts on this.
Cowboys aren't the only Cowboys.
Do you think that New England was a good team last year?
The Cowboys should win the division. They have the better quarterback and probably better offense than every other team. But you don't know about Washington. I don't like their quarterback play. But I don't think that any of them are that good. Dak with his shoulder.
Did he just say the Cowboys win the division?
I don't think they're going to Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to NFC Championship game. But I think they could get to the first round of playoffs. First three, yeah. Sean Fitzpatrick, absolutely. Yeah.
Uh-oh, that might be the kiss of death.
June 2nd, man. That's cool. June 2nd, man. Shout out to you.
Okay, so Philly 500. Do you listen to that guy, or do you think that he's just like, I don't know, just a...
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Is that guy right, or is he just an idiot? That's what I want to know for Philly 500.
There we go.
Okay. All right. We've had some fun here with Philly 500. I think he just left on that one. He's like, okay,
no,
time to go.
Philly's still there.
Is he still there?
He said that's true. The Cowboys should win the division.
Okay. All right. So, Philly.
That doesn't mean they will.
So, is that guy, are you telling us that guy is a genius that we just listened to? Okay. All right. I've gotten sidetracked. I'm just so excited that come Thursday night, we will be watching football for real. Are you guys excited?
We're watching the Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys versus Tampa Bay. Now, of course, there's the flip side if we win. You know that, right?
Jason Garrett.
If we win, because here's the thing that I always say is because everybody gets too hyped up about what happens in September. You know that, right? We've seen Arizona go 4-0 and then not win another game the rest of the season. You really don't know what teams are like till October. If the Cowboys do go in and win that game, the expectations are, the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. And I can hear every I hate to say it. I'm a Cowboy fan. You know I love my Cowboys. But that's exactly where everybody will go is we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll make some money.
One game at a time. It's week one.
But you know that's how it goes though, right? He's a genius.
Mark, you actually
don't let us go 2-0 to start the season. And see
my God! Yeah,
I want to go 2-0. Don't get me wrong.
That should be a dub the following week.
Yeah, that's the thing because expectations are the building blocks of resentment. I'm telling you.
Well, they should put expectations on themselves. It feels like as a fan, I don't mean to disrespect the players of the last 25 years. We've had some good teams, but. Mm-hmm. This group just has a different feel to it, and I'm excited about what's going to happen this year.
You and me both on that one. I honestly do. I tell you, watching the Micah Parsons interview, where he basically admits that he was a baby when Tom Brady was born. That's like, me and Michael playing on the same football team. That's literally what we're talking about here. And that would be crazy. But listening to him, he sounds humble, hungry, confident, and driven. Would you agree with that?
His ceiling is high on up there. Well, energized Boney. Anybody that had any doubts about him by now, you shouldn't. He's going to be, good Lord, he's going to be the centerpiece of our defense for 5-10 years. If he can stay healthy. And he's going to be knocking heads off, chasing people down, sideline to sideline. Can't wait.
Was it Chase Young that said something about Tom Brady last year going into the playoffs? Who said something about somebody tugged on Superman's cape? I thought it was from Washington. Maybe I'm wrong. but they kind of threw a little bit of shade at Tom Brady. And it's kind of like, you don't want to go ahead and kind of, because Tom Brady has a way of getting back at you. But Micah Parsons was like, nobody slows him down. I mean, nobody stops him. He said, you hope to slow him down and, get your shots and things like that. And it was kind of the right tone for that because, listen, we were 6-10 last year. They're Super Bowl champions. You can't come in there talking shit. You ain't earned it. Garrett Wilson said it was Chase Young. I can't remember what it was he said, but it was kind of like, oh, that's not a good thing to do. But anyway, we'll see what happens, of course, on Thursday night. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited because as much as the talking heads are saying, the Cowboys' defense is terrible, the Dallas Cowboys have 43% of the team are new players. 43%. And when you start looking at some of the guys that we got rid of, you think of, I don't think Don Perry Poe got another job, did he? Is he with anybody right now?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. Everson Griffin, he got cut after having to do the walk of shame, about saying Kirk Cousins' ass. He got cut.
They're from the Lions.
Right? Clinton Ha-Ha Dix.
He was actually a temporary cut for roster adjustment.
Okay, all right, well.
Clinton Dix was
okay. All right, Clinton Ha-Ha Dix was cut too. Maybe they re-signed him as well. But you don't look at these guys as top tier like, oh, my God, we let go Khalil Mack. We just did not have that much talent on the defense, and they didn't have any time to get themselves together. In fact, Mike McCarthy was talking about trying to not overload and do too many things, being a jack of all trades, which is true. I'm a jack of all trades. I do everything, and that's why I fuck up so much. I do YouTube, so, of course I do carpentry work and cooking and all that. I'm good at all of them, but I don't specialize in anything. And that was part of the problem with the defense last year was they tried to be this hybrid defense to match up with everybody, and in the end, they didn't do anything good. So I believe our identity is going to be getting after the quarterback's ass. We're going to come at you. We're going to be aggressive. That's going to be the thing that we're going to do well. I don't know if it'll work. You're going to get beat. Teams are going to figure out how to do that. But at least learn how to do that.
Fast and physical versus
dazed and confused. Dazed and confused is what it was last year. Sounds good in theory. But if Dak stays on the field, you don't have to have the 85 Bears for defense. If we just get 2 stops more a game and a takeaway, we're winning most of our games.
Special teams could be a factor in closer games, too.
Yes. Roz is kind of quiet up there. It's kind of scary.
Well, I'm just listening to you guys assess the team. It's you dig deeper individually on your team than I do. I'm more macro level of the entire NFL, so it's nice to hear sometimes, that different viewpoint. Mm-hmm. You're talking about hearing from the coach. You're talking about the way your defense acted. I know how the defense performed on the field, but that doesn't necessarily identify the players and their interactions. Snyder was the last time that I could really say, yeah, I knew he put together a defense full of names that didn't give a rat's ass about the team.
Right.
That was like, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't really do that as much anymore. So it's nice to just sort of listen to that sort of thing. And, a couple things you mentioned, and I just want to throw out for this Thursday night game is one, Brady was interviewed, and during this particular interview clip that I saw, he was talking about how teams make mistakes and make develop bad habits because now the defenses are penalized more, for certain hits and players getting in, defenseless positions, things like that. Yeah. Whereas in the past, it never happened. And he said,
okay, let's be clear on that. That was some crocodile tears right there. Okay. Him feeling sorry for defense. Come on, man. That was some bullshit. Okay.
What it was him clearly identifying that he understands this game piece and it allows him, that's just one more thing in his arsenal that you have to worry about. He's going to put his guys. You got the clip right there.
It's really hard for someone like
Look
me
at
who's
that.
played a long time to watch. Is like
now he's not in any way.
It's not being taught the right way. Like
He's just
should only throw
the thing that you want to take away from that is
your receiver is in danger.
He understands the
For
problem.
example, when I used to play against Ray Lewis,
I
would.
And he's going to challenge your defense
because
to not commit penalties.
He'd go after you.
Right.
He would hit like. And
Okay, so that's one piece. The other thing you're talking about is
hit him
defense.
and knock him out of the game.
That's the difference with the Tampa Bay defense last year.
Yeah.
And most other defenses across the entire NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Cohesion and single purpose. So you talked about your Cowboys coming in with a single identity.
Yeah.
That is huge right now in the NFL.
Right.
Okay, because everybody's gone away from the 4-3s and the 3-4s, and they're playing all these hybrid like you talk about.
Yeah.
That's bad juju.
And there you have, Jalen Smith saying it's too complex. It's too complex. And so, and you could see missed assignments. And a lot of times, I don't know that it was just the scheme as it was. It only takes one guy out of position in football to destroy a play. If you got two guys in the same gap and that hole's wide open, that running back hits it, he's gone. And we saw that over and over again. We saw Odell Beckham Jr. where the Cowboys had a chance to beat the Browns. As much as people say, oh, it's garbage time. The Cowboys win that game had they stopped the Browns on that last drive. That offense was hot as could be. But here it is, Odell Beckham on an end around, gets out wider, and with Aldon Smith not able to get the contain, he gets outside. And then all of a sudden you see guys that don't even know which way to go in pursuit angles and literally run out of bounds with the guy running behind him and just poor angles and Jalen Smith kind of taking a banana route. There were so many things that you could look at and say, oh, my God, they're just lost. It wasn't the defense that was called. It was just people that didn't know where the fuck to be.
Yes,
and plays that could have gone, 10, 15 yards go to the house. That's a backbreaker.
It was a rough year.
Oh, my God. And people don't seem to understand that. I mean, I'm 55 years old, okay? I don't remember the first couple of years of football and stuff. But I got to tell you, that was the worst defensive performance that I've ever seen by the Cowboys and maybe anybody in the history of football that I can ever remember. I don't ever remember a defense that was so bad. It was just, it's just like I would literally throw up an Italian sub.
It was tough every week.
Oh, my God.
Shaking their head like, what's going on?
and I mean, you would literally see guys that were nobodies that are making names of themselves over the Dallas Cowboys defense. Sometimes it looked like our safety was a lead blocker for people.
I know not everybody out here is fantasy football, but we do got our fantasy people in here. And for fantasy purposes, as a Cowboys fan, I felt so bad, felt so dirty every week last year telling everybody, start your running backs against the Cowboys. Start your running backs against the Cowboys. Running backs were just eating us all year long.
Right.
Broke my heart.
Now, I won't say that we've solved all of our problems. We haven't, but we're going the right direction. But we got nowhere to go but up. David Wiley, I'm ready to eat. You know what? I'm sitting here talking about the Cowboys, and I forgot about our race. Can we do the race? I'm sorry. Because you know what? I didn't know that, for all you know, I know Roz is like, I just came in.
Screen share.
You still can't? Oh, I didn't click the button? Okay. See? Broke-ass media.
Well, I would have prompted you by putting the screen up, but, you were on a roll, and, hey, you're in charge. And
Why is it giving me that?
You know what I'm excited for the most besides JSR 4 on Sunday?
What's that?
That's what everybody's excited for. Starting the season, not just Tampa Bay, but getting a couple games under our belt. And finally, all those people running their mouths about Dak and running our mouths about the defense. Let's see what the players put on the field and get them to shut them up for us.
Amen to that. And, I think it was good that the Cowboys went through what they did, because I think that's a wake-up call. I think now, this whole thing that we're America's team and everything else. All right, you've been humbled, America's team. If you want to be America's team, you've got to go out there and earn it on the field. And it's crazy. You know what is really crazy? As you're setting this up, it's almost like Jalen Smith has dropped off the face of the earth. Does anybody else feel that?
Is he still even on the team?
I don't remember seeing one clip where Jalen Smith said a single word in Hard Knocks this past week.
Wouldn't you prefer that he was in the film room and not on camera?
I'm just saying that literally he is. I mean, I've seen so many interviews and clips of Mike. It's like, is he still with the team?
What I would have preferred was the camera on him while he was in the film room so that we could see.
There you go. It almost feels like what they did with Monty Kiffin. You remember when Monty Kiffin was our defensive coordinator? I mean, he just kind of, they were like, oh, we're moving him into the front office. And for all I know, he might be in the front office in a closet still right now. But it was just like he just disappeared.
To be clear, we don't hate Jalen, but Jalen's playing on the field and the situation going on with Parsons coming in, Neal coming in, LVE being healthy. He's the fourth linebacker with Cox developing pretty good behind him.
Yeah.
To his, it felt part of our frustration with Jalen is knowing he was one of the ones complaining about the scheme, complaining about the teaching, spending the least amount of time in the playbook. With Quinn, if he already knows the writing's on the wall. He's got nothing to lose. He's getting paid.
Yeah.
When he does get on the field, he's playing for a new contract somewhere else next year. And hopefully for us and for him, Quinn can use him at his best and keep him downfield and get the best out of him as our fourth linebacker.
Jalen can be had for a fourth. I think if the Cowboys were offered a 6 right now, that they would take it. And I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. They would like to get that off the books for next year. Because clearly Jalen Smith is not part of the – I mean, he'll play some, but –
he's the best depth linebacker in the league.
Yeah.
The little bit of snaps he had.
Yeah. It's not there. Randy Sykes, what's happening? Oh, he's definitely out there. And the thing is, though, if somebody were to trade for him this year, you don't save any money this year, but then you got nothing next year. You save money actually the following year.
Was that like $9 million that we saved next year?
Right.
Get rid of by the trade deadline this year.
Right. So that's where you get. But
we're already $24 million over.
Yeah, but that that can be remedied easily. I mean,
I know, but
I don't want to think about next year. But I mean, for example, if you decide to let Amari Cooper go, there's most of the money right there because it's only $3 million if you let him go. But I'm not saying to let Amari Cooper go. And we got contracts that can be reworked real easily. So it's not really that big a problem as people think.
If we finish the season as successful as we have in our eyes right now, Jerry will figure out a way to keep the band together.
Well, you could easily actually, and here's the thing about Dak Prescott's, it's kind of like Tyron Smith that you can go through, which they've done numerous times. You can go through and do adjustments on his contracts to get more money, and the salary cap is going to grow so much in the coming years. It's not even going to be funny. So,
coming in.
All right, Roz, we're shuffling 9 times. Okay.
Well, I decided for September 9th.
Okay.
We would go with a 9 this time.
Okay.
And oddly enough, it put Jobu Smuts right in the middle.
Oh, Lordy. The way I ran last week, geez, oh, flip. It was ugly.
All right, so just a quick rundown. We got Mark S. at the top. We got Pepito, the Filipino Shoguns, there in number 2. Okay. Mike J., David Wiley, and myself there in the 4th slot. Team Lamb, the Smuts, the Texas Bread. Terry Lee is down right below us. Blizzard, Burrell, C-Dub, and Troy D at the bottom.
All right.
Any questions?
Oh, sir. Let's get
I'm trying to see. Where am I?
Right in the middle.
Dead center.
Right there. Okay.
He was being a smartass with the name. It's Jobu Smuts.
Oh, Smuts. Oh, that's okay. See?
It's actually a typo, and I just left it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's almost like Freudian the way the, typo.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I love that you cut that out.
We are actually going to step this up a little bit.
All right.
All it does is change the actual rushing itself, but it's equal across everybody, so no worries. Besides that, no luck. Everything as we've done before. Any questions before I click the button?
Hit it.
3.
Jobu Smuts. Man.
Yeah, here we, of course.
I'm
Mark.
sorry. Damn.
Mark been eating that pulled pork.
Good
Come
Lord.
on, chef. Come on, chef.
Damn. Burrell is kicking butt right now.
Mark, all that good cooking slowing us down.
Damn. It looks like I'm doing my turtle move. Okay.
We do
I'm
have
dead
some new ones
last.
in here.
Jeez,
Blizzard,
oh,
Burrell.
flip.
Oh, there he goes.
Burrell is,
Okay. Smuts might get ahead of Troy D.
wait a minute. Is that Mark up at the top? Mark's what?
Mark
Mark
S39.
Okay, Mark
Burrell,
and Burrell.
Burrell, Blizzard, and
Burrell.
C-Dub down at the bottom.
Mark's pulling ahead.
I don't know. Troy D. Boy, Troy, you running with lead boots there, buddy? Damn.
Oh, my gosh.
That's rough.
I don't know, but Chef kind of ran out of steam there.
Damn.
He's
Chef.
got a little spurt right there. Come on, Smuts. Get a little sec. There's Jobu
looks
Wings
like-
right here,
Like
Smuts.
Mark's number 1.
Yeah,
Mike
Shoguns
J
is
might be
lagging
number-
behind.
No, Mike J might be number 3. Did Mike J make it, or was it? the
Okay,
other guy?
I had a kick at the end there.
Oh,
Okay.
Burrell took
Burrell's
the first. Snuck past him.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he
Okay.
did.
Oh, we
Smuts got third.
Oh,
Who got? Oh, Mark
What?
got 3rd. Okay.
it's hard to
Jobu
see with
Smuts got
the
third.
pick
Oh,
thing
I
there.
got 3rd. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you guys.
You got rid of the pulled pork on the way down and got a second
Wow.
win.
Wow.
Chef went from up in the front to last.
Damn.
Oh wow!
Actually,
that
you know
funny.
what?
And he still
This
hasn't
is
finished.
kind of nice.
What?
Back-to-back picks at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I like this. David Wiley is going to have a good time with this.
Yeah.
And that's a 12.
Okay. So Jobu Mutz is the 3rd pick in the draft. So Burrell is 1st. Mark S is 2nd. Jobu Mutz is 3rd. Texas Breed is 4th. Mike J.
Oh,
Mike
fifth.
is
That's a
5th.
good pick.
Troy D is 6th. Cowboys Lee is 7th. C-Dub is 8th. Blizzard is 9. Tim Lamb is 10th. Shoguns is 11th. And the Chef bringing in the rear at 12. Wow. All right. That's cool. That's
My
cool.
question to you is,
What's my question?
is this going to be the first league you don't have Dak?
Why don't you just shut your mouth? We're going for Carson Wentz at 3.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Oh, snap.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
All right. With that being said, we actually need to do a drawing up in here for a Joe Barty. Okay. Because I can't believe the time. It's already after 10
I can't
o'clock.
believe he said that.
What?
That you're going to get Carson Wentz at number 3.
I'm going to get a Carson Wentz number 3.
He said Carson Wentz at number 3.
Oh, hell no. You were kidding about that. I hope it's still.
Hey, I've been smoking, but not that much.
I mean, damn. It's like.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
David Wiley still in the chat?
Is David still in the chat? Don't know if he is or is not.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, he'll find out come Sunday that I'll have week 1 individual projections for him.
Okay. What's up, Michael Anthony Caesar? What's going on? We're just doing our fantasy football league number 4. This is the 4th and final one that we're going to have for this season. And we've been talking, of course, about Tampa Bay. Is Tampa Bay overrated? Are the Cowboys?
Mark, back that up.
Huh? What?
Back that up. It's not the 4th and final one. We got JSR 5 that we're going to be having on Tuesday.
What? There's a 5th league?
We'll talk about
no
that
live
later
show,
date. It's online.
What?
It's not live unless you want to do it live. But
Well, I didn't get the memo of that. Wait, I thought
Well,
we had a hard
we had
time getting everybody for this one.
let me get there. We had a group of people that wanted to play that didn't get a chance to sign up, so we sent the invite to them privately today. They have until Sunday to join. If they If they don't join by Sunday, then during the show Sunday, we're going to give a 5-minute warning so anybody that wants to join Discord can, and we'll drop a link in there, first come, first served, to fill it up.
Hey, Mary Lon, how are you doing?
And that'll be the final one, JSR 5. But this is our final live one on Sunday.
Are you sure about that?
There ain't no more time, man.
Are you sure that this is the last one?
This is like, hey, 5. We're cut off.
We're cut off.
So if you still want to play, hop on over to Discord and let us know. Whatever's not filled on Sunday, we'll get it filled Sunday during the show by dropping that invite link for anybody to join.
All right. Well, that sounds like a winner. Okay, so what have we gotten so far? I've had you guys on a long time. You guys have been on. It's probably past your bedtime, isn't it?
I don't go to bed, man.
Okay. All right. Like most vampires.
I start getting ready for bed at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
I got to talk to Michelle tonight. She's got her draft.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's in Australia, so she's
5
just
a.m. my time, 8 p.m. her time.
Yeah,
Like,
she's like getting up here in a few minutes probably because, it's totally different down there. And you, my man, Ross?
Tomorrow's actually the last Saturday I will not be getting up early because I will be returning to coaching bowling on Saturday mornings. It's my daughter's last year.
Okay.
So I volunteer at the local juniors league. If she plans on going on to college with it, then she's on her own. I don't coach that level.
Okay. Well, Ross, I just want you to know one thing here, buddy. Okay, just one thing. I love you being part of the show, but
I'm the fucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're gonna have a problem. A bad one.
how about that one? You want to be
nice new one.
You want to be swimming with the fishies. I couldn't find that was a joke. I was actually trying to find a place to put it, but I couldn't find any trolls in here tonight to go ahead and do that to. Tim Scott, I guess we scared him. He's not coming in anymore. But
Philadelphia.
Right here, Beetlejuice. He'll be showing up. Actually, the Eagle fans are kind of scattered, other than Philly 500. It may be that the end is near because they know the season's about to start, and it's like, well, we had our fun now. We can go hibernate now. The season is upon us, and we're going to be asked. Okay, but Ross, before you go, and I'm going to ask you too, Stu, who's your dark horse team this year? Who's the team that's going to end up being a playoff team that nobody's singing about? Because we know every year half the teams that make the playoffs don't the next year. Who's going to be the one that takes the nosedive? Well, I guess actually Roz has already said it's Washington.
I think so.
But who's going to be the team that surprises and becomes a playoff team?
I don't know how much of a surprise it is or a dark horse because that man is a fan of this team, but I like what Miami's got going on down there. I like Miami.
With Tua.
Tua, you got to remember, Tua, just like all the rookies, was coming into a COVID off season, but he was coming off of injury.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to deal with all that, get himself right, get into the off season like all the other rookies, has a full off season behind him. They armed him with weapons galore. He's got Parker, he's got Waddle, he's got Gesicki, he's got the rookie tight end Long. I'm not sure about his health. I don't like Gaskin, but he's got Gaskin and Ahmad.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it's all right there for him. And if Tua can be the Tua that he was drafted to be, or close to, then yeah, with that defense, I like Miami.
Okay. You know what we have not done, Mike? We have not done a drawing. If you guys want to hold tight, we need to go ahead and do our drawing real quick because we got to take care of the fans in here. Gregory's good. D-Law disappears a lot, and he's inconsistent. Well, I tell you what, if Randy Gregory is good, it's going to make D-Law even that much better because when you have to worry about more than one person, and here we got Cowboys up north. Why Cowboys up north? Well, he is laid up right now. Cowboys up north. B.A.M. I don't know. Have we sent him a Joe Barty before? I know he's gotten a Dak Prescott shirt. He's got, I think, a Drew Pearson.
Yeah, he paid for one.
He's got a whole wall of.
He's literally he's got Jobu's man cave up in Canada. Shout out Cowboys up north.
At least have his address.
Yeah, we have his address. Okay, so congratulations, Cowboys up north. We'll be sending you that. Oh, there he is. He's like, hell yeah.
Who's your sleeper team, Ross?
You know, it's kind of hard this year. Like I was literally running through all the teams in my head, trying to really decide. It's more of a this side and that side. So on the AFC side, it would not shock me to see more than one, and possibly, I mean, it would be a far stretch. It would probably be Miami out if 3 teams from the AFC West made it. But we might see some shuffling right behind Kansas City as those teams in that division try to step into the playoffs and push them hard.
I know you're not
but
thinking
I'll
the
tell
Raiders
you, my
or
real
whatever.
dark horse.
So you're thinking
hold
on. You're thinking Denver and San Diego both might make it?
I like San Diego a lot. That was
I can see San Diego maybe, but I'm not sure about
you
Denver.
said dark horse, so I didn't go.
I would see Denver before San Diego based on the defense, but I mean, San Diego has a decent defense, but their guys, let's be honest, they haven't made it through a whole year, all of them. And some of them don't make it through every year.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego's the one that I would be my number 3. I really, look, everybody thinks I'm crazy, and I know I keep putting it out on TikTok, but I would not be shocked.
Don't do it.
As a matter of fact, I might even put money on Drew Lock leading the Broncos.
Oh, here he goes.
Drew Lock.
What is this love affair? Is he family? Is Drew Lock family or something? Because you're always picking damn Drew Lock. Come on, man.
Look, he is one of my highest owned quarterbacks across every dynasty league.
And that's what it is right there.
But no, really, I actually bought him.
The investment in him, and he can't let it go.
No, I bought him this year specifically because it was either Drew Lock or Aaron Rodgers. They brought in Bridgewater. He loses a couple games.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You have no choice. You have no option. There is nobody out there.
Yeah, you're right.
You're screwed. And Lock coming in gives them that supercharge because he plays loose.
And they've got
and
the
it's
weapons.
bad. It's dangerous to a team, but that defense is so good that it may not matter when Bridgewater puts them in a hole and only one quarterback can bring them out.
Well, and they can run the ball better this year too with Williams and Gordon there.
Exactly.
So lean on that, and you got Jerry Jeudy, and you got Sutton back, and you got the rest of that Hamler and the rest of that wide receiver crew.
Because remember, the other part of the TikTok is that Bridgewater, 3 years, 4 if you can include part of his time in New Orleans, he has been damn near identical to Daniel Jones. So if you want to talk about that guy, you got to talk about the bridge.
When you talk about Daniel Jones, I'm sorry. You know, this is where, you know, Rashid's my boy and stuff, and I enjoy talking with him and stuff, but you would think that he is a good quarterback when you listen to him. I'm sorry. He's average at best. You know, it would not surprise me if they're drafting a quarterback next year. He is that bad. Right. I'm sorry. There's nothing out there to me that says, oh, and I tell you what, Daniel Jones is going to get the crap beat out of him. That offensive line is terrible.
With Bridgewater, he's just a bridge gap anyways. If Locke does what Ross thinks he can do and gets a chance to come in and take them to the playoffs, they'll stay the course. Otherwise, they're definitely going to go after a quarterback next year, whether it's a trade for Watson or Rodgers or.
Oh, make no mistake, Stu. Even if Locke does well, I think that they're going to bring somebody in kind of Jimmy G, Trey Lance style. Even if Locke survives the year the way I think he can, there's enough good quarterbacks coming out multiple years ahead.
Yeah.
They don't even have to take one next year. They could take one the year after.
Well, next year's quarterback class, at least at the moment, doesn't look that great.
And if they're so tired of the quarterback situation, you could see Rodgers or Watson headed that way, depending on how Watson's deal plays out.
Well, we already know that Washington will have to get a quarterback next year. Okay, if not this year.
What was that, Marco? What did you say before?
Well, I said, but college prospect-wise, this is not so far, and that can change after the season. It's not a great year for quarterbacks.
Well, when you got, somebody like C.J. Stroud throwing, 3 touchdowns or something last night?
Okay.
I mean, he's not exactly at the top of the list, and he's already doing well. You got to remember, too, same thing that Tom Brady said in that interview.
You never know.
They're also looking for less mechanically sound quarterbacks now. They're looking all at the Mahomes, the Wilson, and both Wilsons, Russell and Zach, the Trey Lances. I mean, look, if I thought Zach Wilson was going to be the one quarterback in 5 that didn't make it in this draft class first round, I'm starting to think it's Trey Lance. And Trey Lance was my initial thought because of the 1 year starting in an FCS.
Right.
But now, I went to Zach Wilson, and now I'm back to Trey thinking, Zach Wilson really ain't that bad. And Trey Lance still hasn't proved it at this level outside of preseason.
Right.
We're talking about practice game.
Not a game. Not a game. Yeah, right. Very interesting. And the thing is, you just don't know. And, the bigger part of a lot of it is where you get drafted and who's coaching you in the system. There's been a lot of quarterbacks that I'll say, because they went to the right situation, became Hall of Famers. And there were a lot that went to the bad situations and went to the scrap heap.
And Shanahan is the only thing in this league right now that I think can actually give Trey Lance that opportunity. So if Shanahan can't do it, he's done. There's I don't see another coach that can actually use him and mold him.
I did this is
Troy
crazy.
Daniels.
As much as we talk about how bad Ben DiNucci is, I think I figured out why we are carrying 4 quarterbacks. My theory is that, Jerry Jones, who had his McGriddle on the first episode of Hard Knocks, right? You saw that, right?
I didn't get to see that.
Okay, the first episode of Hard Knocks, they got Jerry Jones in his office, and he's got a McGriddle, and he's putting salt on his McGriddle. It's like, wait a minute, you're a billionaire. You're eating a McGriddle? It's like, the fuck? And the last episode, he was talking about Whataburger. And, he's probably going to get some kind of endorsement for it. But he's like, that Whataburger has some good stuff there. Yeah, we just love that. And it's just like, wait a minute. So is Jerry Jones this big fast food, aficionado? So I think he was thinking, you know what? I want to get me an Italian sub there, buddy. I heard about this place called Ben DiNucci's. Call up DiNucci and tell him I want an Italian sub up here. And they called him up. He brought an Italian sub, and they got it confused. No?
Let him have a spot on the practice squad.
Yeah. That's a good sub you got there, Ben. I'm going to keep you around so we can get some more of them Italian subs here. Okay. All right. I thought it was.
Let's be realistic.
It was funny in my mind. Okay. It was funny in my mind. All right.
It was kind of humorous. It immediately took me back to the whole throwing up the Italian sub.
Yeah. It's like Jason Garrett.
But, Stu, let's be realistic for a minute. The only reason y'all have DiNucci on the practice squad is because you missed out on Josh Rosen.
Okay. All right.
For you, I hope he does well in Atlanta. There is a 1 in 5 million chance that Matt Ryan gets hurt. He gets in, does well, and he's our quarterback of the future. But he's going to have to stop being an asshole and getting shipped from team to team.
Well, I'm going to blow your mind here for a second. Okay, as bad as Ben DiNucci is, okay, I worked out actually the numbers here, and this blew my mind when you think about this. And I think I told you guys, we were talking about this, I think, on the text line. But if you think of the 7.8 billion people there are in the world right now, if you look and say on average there's 3 quarterbacks a team, some teams only have 2. The Cowboys, well, we got 4. Let's just say for hype, just for this experiment that we say there's 100 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. If you take that number and divide it into 7.8 billion people, in order to be an NFL quarterback, not a good one now, do you realize it's not the 1%? It's the 1/10,000th of a percent of the people in the world that are an NFL quarterback. Does that sound crazy to you? When people say, oh, just get rid of that guy, man, he's a bum. We're talking about 1/10,000th of a percent.
It's easy for us to say watching the TV, not being there doing it ourselves. With Anucci, he's ugly on the field right now, but it's practice squad. He's a mobile quarterback, so they can practice against the mobile quarterback on the practice squad. McCarthy likes the guy, and maybe, who knows, another year he develops, and maybe he's just got something between the ears that he needs to work
it
on.
may be that he's Kellen Moore in the waiting, that he's going to become a coach. The ones that sometimes it's not the best players that become the best coaches. You know what I mean? So there's something there that they like. But, we'll see. And I can't be mad about a JMU Duke, being on a team. I wish we hadn't missed out on Rondell Carter. I think we rolled the dice, and I was like, that's one you don't want to put out there on waivers because I know somebody will pick him up. And that may end up being the God, what's his name?
I thought he signed with the Cardinals, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I said that's the one that I was wishing that we hadn't. We rolled the dice on him to try and see if he'll be able to clear waivers, and he didn't. But he may be the Danny Amendola that we had in 2008 or 2009 when we were on Hard Knocks. You guys remember Danny Amendola? Anybody?
Yes, I remember Danny.
Yeah, he was in our camp here, and we cut him, and boom, he had a really good career.
Patriots.
Yeah, he got a ring there. All right.
By the way, speaking of good careers, moment of silence. We lost David Patton today.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, 8 years younger than me. It's like I keep seeing all these people that I kind of know or have been around that are my age, and it kind of makes you really appreciate every day that you have. So make sure you let everybody know around you how you feel about them, because you might not get that chance again. I love you, Mike.
Oh, I love you too. Go give Dad a hug, Mike.
Yeah, you got to go that far. He heard me say I love him and all that.
I know.
All right.
This show just went sideways.
It just went sideways. All right. Okay. I love you. I love all of you out there too, as well. All you great people and stuff. I appreciate you actually being here.
Have a great Labor Day weekend, everybody.
Yep. All right. Roz, I appreciate it. And Roz, you know what? I think I want to take what we were talking about here earlier as you were breaking down and analyzing the Washington football team. I guess maybe because you trashed the Washington football team, it really spiked my interest. But I'd actually like to do a breakdown with you on teams and things like that, what you really feel analytically about their chances as well. So let me know if you actually have some time in the future. I know you're a very busy man. You are the fantasy football expert. You got how many leagues that you take care of? I mean, I don't know how you do it.
Rain Man over there.
Seriously. Rain Man ain't got nothing on you.
I'm an analyst, not an expert.
Got to make that clear. We're not experts. We're just guys that know a guy with a day job and a voodoo it all, and analytically gifted, and I get my shit from everywhere.
Well, I tell you what, this guy
including him.
Well, they say that this guy is an expert.
This is for Dak Prescott. Leave me alone. This is for Cowboys fans. I wear your colors. Leave me alone. In my mentions, this is for guys like Graziano, but most importantly, this is for my arch nemesis, Dominique Foxworth. Egg on my face on television.
He's got egg on his face.
Okay, so
Dominique, how about
you earned it, Dom.
So if that guy is considered an expert, we all experts, man. We all experts. All right.
Williams.
Okay, I appreciate you guys, and we will be seeing you on Sunday. Be safe out there, and I know I'll be seeing you on TikTok, Ross. Definitely tell everybody the name of the TikTok and how to get that, because I still can't figure that shit out.
It's at FF Brother Roz. So fantasy football, just the initials. Brother Roz. 2 R's run together. 2 R's, the whole. I should have put it up there. I missed putting it up this time, but we'll have it up there Sunday.
Okay.
And I'll have another evening edition here in a little while. Just by the way, that was the second thing. Just I wanted to point out, Mark.
Yeah.
Just impressive. You and Stu hit on it earlier, but you brought it up. You yourself.
I brought it up.
You brought it up, and this is something that is critical. And I put out a TikTok about 4 nights ago talking about the exact same thing. In fantasy football, you take it in 4-week chunks.
Okay.
Because after 4 weeks, teams will adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Rosters will get shaken up. People will get injured, etc. Schemes will change.
Mm-hmm.
Tendencies, run, pass, blitz, cover versus nickel dime, whatever. Everything changes every 5th week. So we play fantasy football in 4-week increments to win.
Gotcha.
And you said it. October is when we need to play. September, you can go 4-0, and then you can go winless the rest of the way.
So, Roz, you're telling me I could draft Michael Carter and not worry about it the first 4 weeks
Absolutely not. What you can do is avoid anybody on the New York Jets because Miami is going to stomp them down while trying to compete with the Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, because I can't forget Buffalo's still good. But
yeah, Buffalo's still there, but I still like your team. Good luck this year.
But what it does mean, Mark, is that your brain is already capable of playing fantasy football.
But see, Ross, you touched on this earlier, though, because when you were sitting there and I could see your ears perking up, because the way I microanalyzed the Cowboys, you were hearing things that you might not kind of gloss over because, you're the overarching of all the teams in 32. I kind of microanalyzed the Cowboys. I don't have that knowledge of all 32 teams. I don't know crap about the Jets and don't have any desire to know anything about the Jets. Or
do you know if they're good?
They're ass.
Okay, so you don't draft them.
Well, there's valuable players there.
Don't draft them.
Okay, all right. Well, still.
Welcome to fantasy, Mark. You've done it. You
know what my fantasy football is the Dallas Cowboys being in the goddamn Super Bowl. That's my fantasy. That's the only one. Well, actually, there's another fantasy, but I'm not going to share that one on here. I'm not going to share that one on here, but I'll share it with my wife though. Oh, sorry. Anyway, talking about going sideways here. It's definitely gone sideways.
I hear nothing.
I hear nothing. I know nothing.
Midgets are clowns, Mark.
Okay. I know I'm just a clown. I mean,
midgets are clowns.
Midgets are clowns? Your
fantasy.
No,
it's got to be midgets or clowns.
Somebody pull the plug on this. We're going way outside the box.
Yeah, please.
Actually, you said midgets, and it just brought. You're always getting recommendations for videos, and there was literally this. Oh, no. It was joke. It was just dumb jokes that you had said to your mother, dirty jokes that you're actually saying to you, and there was a midget joke in there that would just run me back. And it was just I would say it on here, but it was funny though. It was really. I'll share it with you guys later. But yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I'm done crying.
Hey,
you have a great weekend until Sunday.
There you go. All right. Well, that'll be part of the Sunday of the weekend enjoyment. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the hard work. I don't know if I say it enough, but you guys are doing an incredible job on the Discord. And I've actually, if you see up there, guys, I have actually put the link for the Discord right there. Definitely check it out because you'll get all kinds of information if you're doing fantasy football. I am a fantasy football idiot. Regardless of what Roz says, I don't know shit about fantasy football. But
just
Roz,
a matter of
who
translating how you
to
know
me,
football.
Roz and as well as Stu are experts, even though they don't want to take that title. They know a whole lot of.
We're Jobu's gurus.
They know a lot of shit about it, okay? And literally Roz is like Rayman, and he'll go through and tell you a million things about guys that I've never even heard of, okay? So definitely, without me, this show would literally not work. There you go, Norman Patriot, Nomad Patriot. That's right. Without you specifically, it does not work. All right, guys, I will catch you guys later. Stu, you look like you are low-key faded right now.
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Peace out.
Friday, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
I'll see them later. Okay, shout out to them for taking care of all the great business and stuff for us on our Discord channel. We are actually way deep into overtime here. Before we leave, I do want to play a little bit of my quarterback because our season, let's face it, defense wins championships, but if you don't have a quarterback, you ain't going nowhere anyway. And Dak is back. No complications from practice, no holding back and stuff. I want to actually play a little bit of what's going on with him.
Together through camp, but obviously not having that. It benefits that we've been together for a long time. We know each other. As far as we're pretty good on our signals, our nonverbal communications. The offensive line, we've got great communication.
Sorry about that.
Into an atmosphere like this, whether it's using silence or getting to use our own cadence, we've got experience doing that in different venues and just time on task. So right now it's just about buttoning all those things up. Anything that may be a concern, we're focused on that leading into this week. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. I mean, I'm excited. I put a lot of work to get to this point. Whether it was months ago, just rehabbing the ankle, to the last few months, keeping the feet working while I let my arm rest. But there's so much work that I've put into this. I'm just excited just to go out there and be a part of the full game. Just being out there with my brothers and getting to do something that I love. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was probably the second day that they let me go. The second day that I was doing team, maybe even the first day. I think we went about this process the right way, that a part of it was those guys protecting me from myself. I mean, the moment I got into any team reps, I wasn't dialing anything down. I wasn't trying to throw a certain amount of percentage. And I think that's just the way that I play the game, that I just went out there and was playing within the moment, ripping passes, not thinking about it, making the plays that I needed to make. And then after 2 days like that, realizing that there wasn't any residual effect and I wasn't sore. I've just been sticking to the plan, and it all works out. And yeah, from the shoulder to the leg to my mind, I'm ready to go.
Would you rather Dak that it be Sunday at noon, or do you like it the way it is?
I love it the way it is.
I love it the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night game, starting the season off. Yeah, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest. I love night games. Love playing on prime time. So I mean, I think it's just set for the perfect stage. Them coming off of the Super Bowl title, and then obviously us having fans back to full capacity. I think this is what the NFL and the world needs.
Gary's described it a couple times as like a stellar David going to meet Goliath. How much do you love being that underdog from the time you were with your brothers growing up to now? How much does that add the fire?
Yeah, I mean that's why my fire burns, to be honest. I've always been doubted, always been considered, as you said, the underdog. From being the little brother to now in the NFL, people find ways to doubt me, and I just think it's fun, and I embrace those challenges. This is just the one at the present time.
Was one of those plays you were talking about to Schultz where you kind of stepped up, moved up in the pocket, and just kind of let it rip? Did you remember that play I'm talking about? Your first team practice? Over that way, you're coming towards the weight room.
Let me think. To Schultz. Right. Out route, in route. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, that was right. Clearly remembers. Yeah. Yeah, we brought me back to that. No, it definitely was. I mean, that was one of the ones I pushed further down the field. As you said, just kind of reactive, saw the throw, so I needed to make it at that time. Yeah, and let it go. And then at that point, I knew that was probably 100 and maybe 100+% that I used my arm, and nothing came from it. And so, yeah, that was definitely one of the probably few plays that after the play happened and after you're watching it back on film that you say, yeah, I'm ready, I'm good to go.
Chomping at the play. You haven't been on the field since last October. You anticipated doing some stuff in preseason training camp. You couldn't do that, and now it's here on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm chomping, but I'm sticking to the process. I'm just excited for everything for this next 6 days that goes into it, just as I've been over the last almost full year of being out of this game. Taking the small victories, being detailed and real diligent in everything that I do, my thought process, the way that I prepare, and I know when that time comes, I've invested so much that I'll be able to go do what I want and do it at the high level that I plan to.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. This is our last Friday show before the NFL season. Be safe out there. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you guys, God willing, all the time. And with that being said, it's time to turn off the lights. This party's over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts